And NICKMERCS says, NICKMERCS urges Dr. Disrespect to release DMs amid Twitch conspiracy. Guys, it's a conspiracy. Twitch conspired to make Dr. Disrespect try to reach out to a minor. They tricked him. They're like, hey, Doc, don't worry. We're not going to tell anyone. Psych! We're going to tell everybody. We're telling everybody, Doc. I mean, this is ridiculous. The whole fucking story. I don't know how anyone could be on Dr. Disrespect's side. I don't know how anyone could be like, yeah, no, he's fine. It's fine what he did, guys. Says controversial streamer Dr. Disrespect is still waging war against a massive streaming platform, Twitch, and has been claiming that staff from the company conspired against him to have him permanently banned from the platform. No, not all the time a conspiracy is bad, right? Sometimes, very few times, conspiracies are good, right? Like when you find out that Dr. Disrespect is a chomo and then you conspire to have him removed from your platform, I think that's a good thing, right? I'm pretty sure if they're like, hey, management doesn't want to get rid of him because he makes a bunch of money, so we need to conspire behind the scenes to figure out some way to get rid of this guy who wants to talk to children, right? I think that's a good conspiracy. I think that's the kind of conspiracy I can get behind. That's the kind of conspiracy I want to be part of, right? The conspiracy that wants to get rid of the guy who wants to talk to children. It's a good conspiracy. Now sign me up. Give me the tinfoil hat. I'm ready for that conspiracy, guys. Firm handshakes, y'all. Firm handshakes, yeah. It says, while the streamer claims he still has more to share regarding the ban, many colleagues in Dr. Disrespect's circle have urged him to show tangible proof after he admitted to sending explicit messages to a minor in a now deleted tweet earlier in 2024. One of these colleagues, a fellow streamer named NICKMERCS, is urging the doc to speak up and reveal the DMs Twitch cited as the reason for his ban. Doc said he talked to a minor. He said that the conversations became inappropriate. He said the conversations becoming inappropriate were from him, not the minor, right? And he said it happened repeatedly, right? You go, okay, once maybe he slipped up. He didn't realize it was a minor. He got corrected and it's over, right? Maybe you could maybe use that as an argument, maybe. But to say repeatedly that he knew that this was a minor that he was talking to, and then repeatedly made it inappropriate, I think there's a problem there, right? And again, people are really weird, right? And because it's Dr. Disrespect and because, oh man, it's a big streamer. But you don't have to be sexually explicit to be inappropriate. Groomers don't start off by saying, hey kid, I'm gonna fuck you, right? That's not what a groomer does. A groomer doesn't go, hey, I'm gonna fuck you. They go, hey kid, I understand you. Your parents don't understand. I understand. You can confide in me. I'll be your friend. I can help you out. Oh, you're going on a date? Why don't you show me? What are you going to wear on your date? Let me help you pick out an outfit. That's what fucking groomers do. That kind of shit, right? What doesn't sound inappropriate on the surface, but when you start digging deeper, you go, wait a minute, that's disturbingly inappropriate. And so Doc could have said things that technically are not illegal. Technically, he never got to the level of him actually doing anything. But surely we all go, hey, that's inappropriate. He probably shouldn't have been doing any of that, right? And they love bombing shit. Right, Ruby King. That's what I'm saying. Like, so he could have been inappropriate on a level. Like, if you get caught, right, like, before you do anything, before you've chomoed, right, and you get caught, that doesn't make you a good guy. Well, I didn't do anything because they caught me before I could. You're not a good guy. You still wanted to. We just cut you off at the pass. We just cut Doc off at the pass before he could do anything. Matt Barr talks to me like that all the time. Says, after speaking out against Dr. Disrespect after his return stream, NICKMERCS is now speaking out again about Twitch, stating that he does, in fact, believe that the streaming platform may have plotted against Dr. Disrespect to get him banned. This doesn't mean he's no in support. This doesn't mean he's no now. I think this is now. You're supposed to be now. Fucking come on. Attack of the Fans. Fandom or whatever the fuck you are that I'm reading. This doesn't mean that he's now in support of Doc, though Nick has still confirmed he wants nothing to do with his former friend due to his past actions. Quote, I don't care if he didn't break any laws or if a judge found him guilty or not. He admitted to it. We know enough that there was a conversation going on. We also know that he had been cheating on his wife. You can put 2 and 2 together. Regardless, Nick does believe that Twitch staff may have worked together to get Doc banned. Says NICKMERCS responded to Dr. Disrespect return and says, Doc apologized to them the day his statement released. Nick doesn't care about the legal side of it. Thinks Twitch was plotting against Doc still. He needs to reveal the whispers if he's backtracking now. And they cut off the tweet. He won't associate with him again. Let's listen to the words of
and my Instagram DMs and YouTube comments saying, Nick, you're a terrible friend. You should have stuck by this guy when he needed you. You, Tim, Z-Laner, you guys made a huge mistake. You should have waited for the facts. You should have.
You should have waited. They wanted Nick to wait after Doc said, hey, yeah, I admit to doing all this terrible, terrible shit.
Called him and talked to him. Look, we had a short, quick conversation. He sent a text to the boys and I, and he apologized for us ever being dragged into this. And it pretty much ended right there. That same day, he had put out his tweet. And in that tweet, he had admitted to sending inappropriate texts or whatever to a minor. Those were his words. Not mine, not Tim's, not whoever. Now, he later deleted this tweet. Personally, I don't think it changes much. And I understand that he feels...
It doesn't change anything. You can't delete a tweet that where you admit to doing very inappropriate things, right? Hey, guys, it was just a joke. I know, that's weird coming from me, who's defended Vito for his joke, but those were actual jokes. Doc was being investigated, and then he said, this is the reason for my ban. That wasn't a joke. There's no joke to be had there.
A need to defend himself. I know a lot of people are coming at him, and I know his premise and what he's dying on is that what he did was not illegal. And look, I get that, but at the end of the
day, here's the thing. I don't know. A lot of people are retarded. Okay, this is a fact of nature. Lots of people are retarded, and I think Doc is one of them. Guys, it is 100% illegal to communicate with a minor across state lines, right, in a sexual or inappropriate manner, even though, so if in Doc state it's 18 as the age of consent, but in the minor state it's 16, Doc cannot call someone in the other state and go, hey, well, you're in a state that's only 16, so I'm in the league. No, Doc is still legally in trouble. Just because the minor state is 16 or 15 or 14 or whatever it is, if Doc state is 18, that's the law that he's held to, because the communication goes both ways. So Doc's communication goes into the other state, and so the minor would be covered, would be fine. But the minor's communication goes towards Doc state, where Doc is standing is now he's in trouble. That's how it works. That's why you can't go to like Thailand, right, and fuck a bunch of minors and then come back home and be like, why am I being arrested? It's okay. They said it was okay over there. No, sex tourism, all that shit is illegal. That's why it's illegal. We specifically made laws to go, hey, we understand that in some places the age of consent is different. You can't just go there as an American citizen and take advantage, right? You still have to uphold where you live. So Doc saying that, well, in their state it was okay. That's not legal. See, Yolanda's right. Yes, it is illegal and gross. Yeah. So, a lot of people are missing this. This is a key fact. I'm 99% sure people sex tour all day, every day, and no charges get filed. This is true. Anything goes. But here's the truth, right? Though, people steal all day, every day, and no one gets in trouble. People sell drugs all day, every day. No one gets in trouble. People murder. Right, all day, every day. Crimes are committed all day, every day, where people get away with them. That doesn't make them not crimes, right? Doc, people are not getting caught, right? You're mistaking people doing it and not getting caught versus people getting caught, right? Doc got caught, so he's not getting away with it, right? If the Twitch hadn't said anything, if Doc hadn't admitted it, if none of this was out in the public, then he probably would have got away with it, and he could have slunk off and no one would have been the wiser. But now that all this is public, I'm pretty sure he's not getting away with it. Yeah. TJ says, what was the age of the minor? No one's saying. Doc didn't say. Twitch didn't say. The minor hasn't come forward. So nobody knows. I'm guessing it's pretty minor. Because the way everybody's talking about it, right? And the way Doc is refusing to just say how old they are. Laws are usually not written as it is forbidden to do crime, but rather if you do crime, this will happen. Yeah. 17 years old and 364 days is my guess. I don't think so. Now, here's why that makes no sense. I hear a lot of that like as a joke. Oh, it was a 17-year-old in 364 days. Doc didn't just talk to the person once on one occasion. So at what point was the person 17 and 364, right? On the last conversation? So how old were they on the first conversation, right? That would be the better question. How old was the minor on the first interaction between Doc and the minor? I think this is the most important thing, right? Because you can start talking to them at 16, and then the last time you talked to them, they were 18. Like, well, they were 18 when I talked to them. No, you started when they were 16, right? That's why it's gross and creepy. But
hey, you messaged a minor and it was inappropriate. For me, this is not about legality. And I don't want to beat a dead horse, man. I don't want to talk too much shit about this guy. I give it as good as I get it. A lot of people were coming at me yesterday on Twitter, so I called him a bad word. But I want to be honest, man. Him doing what he did, I think he was being that. Late 30s.
Here's what's weird, right? I've never watched NICKMERCS. I don't know NICKMERCS. I heard the name thrown around. But this is a very serious matter, right? And he's like cutting like a fucking Macho Man promo on fucking Doc, right? It's very loud, very exaggerated. The way he's moving, the way he's acting. It's really weird.
You got a kid, a wife, and you're doing stuff like that, man. My morals, my understanding of the situation is I firmly believe that he was wrong. I don't care if he didn't break any laws. I don't care if a judge found him guilty or not. He admitted to it. We know enough that there was at least a conversation going on. We also know that he admitted to cheating on his wife. You can put two and two together. Now, as far as the Twitch ban, listen, there's a lot of people there that don't make great decisions. I also have no doubt in my mind there were people at Twitch that were plotting against Doc. No doubt. And we've seen so many things at Twitch, crazy things that have gone.
Now, here's the thing. He said there was probably people plotting against Doc, but that doesn't mean that they were involved in this situation. There could have been people who didn't want him on the platform that were looking for a reason to get rid of him, and then this fell into their lap. All right. So again, that doesn't mean that this goes away, right? Oh, there was people who wanted to get rid of him, and then Doc did something that allowed them to get rid of him. That means we shouldn't get rid. No, it's not how it works. It's not how it works.
On unpunished, all the hot tub bikini streams, people using slurs, etc., etc. But all that said,
damn, he's talking about Melanie Mac. Shots fired at Melanie Mac.
Twitch is a private company that can do whatever it wants. Now, the next one for me is not revealing the whispers. I see a lot of people saying before they give their judgment, they want to see the whole thing. Now, to me, him admitting that these texts or whatever were inappropriate, that's enough. But now, since he's clearly backtracking, why isn't he putting out the whispers, man? If he's so adamant about them not being bad, why don't you show everybody? Now, to wrap this whole thing up, because God knows that's what I want to do, man. Does Doc's new comments change the way that I think about the situation entirely? No.
Yeah, there it is, right? No. Doc can backtrack. Doc can say whatever he wants now, but it's too late. You admitted it. We all know it. Twitch says they have whispers. You say you have the whispers. I think it's over. It's Jover. Doc should just went away. Says Nick believes that Twitch might have played dirty due to his belief that the platform has been shady in the past. That's not what he said. Attack of the Fandom. You're taking him out of context. Citing multiple instances where Twitch has cherry-picked what they decide to pursue in terms of suspension and bans. Again, Twitch can cherry-pick all they want, and you can say, hey, they're being unfair, right? That there's people that should be banned that aren't banned, sure. But again, that does not make Doc innocent, right? Them going, hey, they let Amaranth get away with shit, doesn't suddenly make Doc innocent. What Dr. Disrespect chooses to do now is completely up to him. As the streamer stated on September 6th, he still has more to disclose, but only time will tell what he decides to pursue as he continues to try and come back to the internet. I know he tried to do a stream, and then like all of his teammates just fucking logged off. I think that's what most people are going to have to do. Grumpy says the whispers should still be exposed. Doc being a pedo doesn't absolve them. Yeah. Well, I think there's a legal holdup with why Twitch cannot release the whispers. Remember, all this started because a rogue Twitch employee who no longer worked there was like, yeah, fuck it. I'm just going to let everybody know Doc was a pedo. Right. So that's how that got out. But I think Twitch themselves are under some sort of legal NDA or something where they can't release the whispers. Because again, what Doc did wasn't illegal, right? So Twitch ended up paying out like the rest of his contract or something, but they still were like, we don't want you on the platform anyway, right? We're allowed to ban you. We breached your contract, so here's the money that we owe you. But we're still banning you on these grounds because you're a terrible person, right? So I believe in the arbitration for the payout, there probably was something in there where you can't tell people why you got rid of me, right? We can't disclose the reasoning for the payout. The payout, everything is hush hush. And so unless Doc releases them, because if Doc starts releasing whispers, I think that would nullify any sort of arbitration agreement, right? And then the judge would be like, well, yeah, like you started releasing them, so then Twitch is now allowed to release what they got, right? So that's why Doc hasn't released a single thing. Wait, it wasn't illegal? It's not illegal, Ruby King. That's the thing, right? They caught him before it crossed the line of illegality, right? So it'd be like if Doc had walked up to a high school, right? Doc walked up to a freshman in high school and said, hey, can I have your phone number? Right? And then like the mother came and was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, it's not illegal. It's technically not illegal for an adult to ask a underage person their phone number. But we all know what that's going to lead to. We all know the reasons why they would do that. We all know this is not something that normal people do or would be okay with. So again, what Doc did wasn't illegal, because if it was, he'd be in jail, right? Twitch would be under no obligation to hold the whispers quiet. You can't NDA illegal activity, right? We've ruled many times in this country that if you do something illegal, you cannot NDA them, right? You can't be like, well, here's money. You can't tell anyone that I did illegal stuff, right? A NDA cannot protect you from illegal activities. You can't countersue somebody if they break NDA because of illegal activities. Doc has standards. They can't be any taller than his knee. So, yeah. It's not Minority Report stuff. They caught him talking. See, Ruby, guys, you got to listen. They caught him talking to a minor inappropriately, but not illegally. Right? That's the distinction. Again, you go, hey, if Doc is going, hey, you look really pretty, and I'd really love for you to come sit on my lap. That's not illegal, but it's inappropriate, highly inappropriate, and Twitch would be within their rights to get rid of him. It doesn't matter what we think. Doc has his loyal fan base. His last live stream reached 25,000 concurrent viewers. This D-bag got away with it. I don't know. I think you got to wait. I think some of those viewers, and he does probably have a loyal fan base, but I'm guessing some of those viewers were people like us that were like, oh, what's going to happen, right? You want to watch, it's watching the car wreck, right? I think eventually it'll taper down to his core fans. Hopefully, anyway. But yeah, he's probably more or less going to get away with it. But again, it's not illegal, so a lot of people are just going to pretend like it didn't happen. We see it with grifters all the time. That's why we're covering shit like this. That's why the Tuesday Night Grift exists, to cover things like this where people are doing shady things that might not necessarily be legal, but they sure are not moral. All right. Inappropriately is vague. Dirty jokes would fall under that. Well, the thing is, Joseph, he said they were inappropriate. Doc said they were. This wasn't Twitch saying they were inappropriate. This wasn't the minor saying they were inappropriate. This wasn't outside parties. Doc himself said they were inappropriate. So he he could have, if he thought they were appropriate or they were no big deal, he wouldn't have said they were inappropriate, that the conversation had leaned into the inappropriate multiple times. Again, the reason he said that is because it is vague, because then it gives him the wiggle room to go, well, see, actually, it's not what you think it is. It's just a dirty joke. I made a comment that I shouldn't have made, right? There's a reason. There's a very good reason why Doc has never said anything specific. He's always been vague. He's always been, well, things happen and conversations were had, and there was a person who might have been a minor. No direct ages. We don't even know if the person was male or female. We don't know what was inappropriate. He used very vague language on purpose in order to get this air of uncertainty and to go, well, see, guys, it might not be as bad, right? It might not be. There's that little bit of wiggle room. Doc is a pedo. None of his defenders will say they also text children. Yeah. Johnny Rocket, exactly. So I remember back in the Pell days, we had a Chomo counselor. The kids knew to stay away from him, and it became a game where he chased us. The good old days when kids were tough and would terrorize dudes like that. That's weird. That's weird. Like, that you guys knew that, and then you decided to mess with him, to taunt him with you, to flaunt your bodies to this Chomo. It's a really weird thing, Robco guy. I think maybe you children shouldn't have did that. He said leaning in the direction of, and in the recent stream, he said texts were dirty jokes out of context. Until we see the text, we won't know. Doc may not have access to them. Doc has access to them 100%. And that's why I'm telling you, Joseph, if Doc releases what he has, then Twitch can release the full, because Doc can't just release part of it. If Doc says, well, here, look, here's part of it, right? And you can see that it's just a dirty joke. And then if there's more, Twitch can then release the more, right? Because Doc has now broken the agreement. A sneaky, smart pedo Doc is. Yeah, exactly.